Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share with you information. Vital, vital information. For if we go through life uninformed, we just. Actually, we're pretty lucky. Oh, the dumb people just walk around life and they're oblivious, they're clueless, and they're happy. Oh my Lord, help me. Anyway, I wish I could do the man from Dos Equis, the most interesting man in the world. The most interesting man in the world. Do you have too much information? Or do you have not enough information? Or how about how the whole world is flooded with thoughts and information to confuse the focus of your life? There are many things that I found out later in life that I thought I knew, or things that I found out later that completely and totally caught me off guard. What were those things? Well, first of all, when I was 46, I was found out that I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. I love going into that. I was just going to do that accent. I don't care. I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome. I have Asperger's. Do you have Asperger's? If you do, get some ketchup. Yes, I was diagnosed with autistic spectrum disorder. Autistic spectrum disorder. But also I found out that along with that, came genetic SNPs called single nucleotide polymorphisms. What are they? They're the thing that tied my tongue. I have a tongue tie. You know what a tongue tie is? Have you ever looked this up, what a tongue tie is? I'm tongue tied. It's funny, I like to speak languages. Puedo hablar español. But my tongue, I was born with a defect in my tongue. Very funny thing. I could stick my tongue out. What it is I compensate for it by lifting up the floor of my mouth to put my tongue up the top of my head. But because of that, I use wrong muscles. And that is why, and I could never figure it out, that I have such problems with my neck all the time. So I'm using these hyoid muscles to constantly push my tongue up and not using my tongue muscles. What does this cause? Well, first of all, it atrophied the back of my mouth by my tonsils or by my vocal cords and caused me to snore and also caused me sleep apnea my whole life. Had no idea. All of a sudden I click on a video. Video says, do you know what a tongue tie is? Well, I kind of. It's when your tongue is tied. But did you know that you can have a tongue tie and still lift your tongue all the way up to the roof of your mouth, but you're using the wrong muscles? Totally first of all, at 46, I find out I have autism. I'm like, oh yeah. I mean, it's not like I didn't see signs of it my whole life. I'm amazed. You know, the genetic problems, I have these, what's called twin toes, microcephaly, all this stuff, and all these genetic problems. I had no idea. None. Then I'm like 58, going on 59. I go, oh, by the way, the reason why your neck is killing you all the time and you can hardly hold your head up, which is very important, is because you have a tether that if I push down on my tongue, where I'm pushing up with my bottom of my the lower part of my mouth, what happens is I actually can't pick up my tongue. So I never use the right muscles. Now, the scary thing is there's a surgery And I watched it and I'm like, I'm going to go through that now at 58. But it turns out that I probably have to. It actually probably even affected the way my mouth grew, affected the way my sinuses are, affected my neck and my back. Because, see, it's almost like when I put my head up, I've got like a bungee cord, my tongue, this tether, pulling my head down. So I'm constantly working against my own head to hold it up. I've got arthritis, I had a whiplash, I got problems with my shoulder, and I'm saying, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? If I don't get this operation, what will happen is I'll constantly be fighting myself all the time to be able to actually stand up straight. I've been blessed though, because you see, I went into martial arts when I was younger, and I always pushed my head up. And although when I push my head all the way up, it actually closes my airway, I can breathe somewhat. Um, it's actually like a bungee cord pulling down, these muscles, pulling down on my head. But because I was holding my head up, good posture all the time, it saved me from being hunched like this. Crazy, right? Insane. What I didn't know. And all of a sudden now I'm like enlightened. Wow. And this is what life is all about. And I want to do a lot more about the things we don't know. I mean, because we're always constantly learning. And I've got a lot to say. And I'm going to say it. Porque tengo la habilidad de hablar muchos idiomas. I can speak a lot of languages, but I want to speak your language. I want to talk to people about what they don't know so that they can be helped. Because knowledge and knowing what's going on in your life is half the battle. Take care.